Horror game stream. Not gonna happen. Ooh, nice. 100 anvils? It's actually kind of nice. Dang, we're at 700 anvils. We need to work on some gear. I'll tell you what. Alrighty. Okay. I guess let's start with dailies like we typically do. Gotta check into the knighthood for the 2 other homies. We had 1 person log in yesterday. Rip. Shouldn't have took a day off. What's going on, Yurichi? No, not noob. Stop. Me not noob, you noob. What's up, Remy? Hasn't evolved big yet. True. All those gems just to get shafted. Yeah, we're saving. We're gonna see about this next next festival. Not sure how it's gonna go just yet though. Let's get rid of some of this stuff I don't need. What's going on, Diesel fan? What up, dude? Thought new Demonic Beast was to upgrade relics. I guess not, maybe? I don't know. Maybe the new fight that they're gonna do at the end of the year is supposed to be where they release relic upgrades. I'm not 100% sure, because I've noticed also that the Demonic Beast thing is also an event that only lasts for 2 weeks, so I'm assuming they'll run it every so often, but it looks pretty crazy so far. How do I gear up Shaltir? Like HP defense or attack crit? It's kind of up to you. I did attack crit on my Shaltir, but I know a lot of people did HP defense for her, so I would say you could probably go HP defense and be fine. Plus, it'll give you a little bit of extra box CC. But I wanted her to do more damage, and I'm not that worried about box CC anymore, so yeah, just depends on what you're looking for, maybe. What's going on, Rengoku? Sadly, it's just a pointless thing. Yeah, I mean, you can get some cosmetic upgrade materials, I guess, but if you're not really like in need of those or whatever the case, it's not anything super exciting, I guess. Definitely a little odd. I wasn't exactly sure what to think of it, but I definitely want to mess with it first before I make up my mind completely. Do attack. I like attack for her just because I want her to do more damage, but I see a lot of people go for HP defense with her. How much time do you think you spent on your free-to-play account? Most of it has been on stream in roughly like 2-hour sections. And we've been playing for, this is day 15. But there's been a couple of times where I've gotten on over the weekends to like make sure that I don't miss out on event stuff or whatever the case may be. So I would say, what is that? Two hours a day for 15 days is 30 hours, and then I've maybe spent an additional like 5 to maybe 10 hours extra like farming for gyms and stuff like that on, like, I had to do all the side quests and stuff for the first 4 villages, and then I got on and finished off the event Tower of Trials this past weekend before the update came out. So I've only spent like a couple of extra hours on here off stream, so I would say maybe like roughly like 40 hours at best, which is not that bad considering how far in I am, I think. So I think we're doing pretty solid. Welcome to the grind. Time gets easier at champ. Yeah, I don't know about that. Maybe. Thoughts on Brazilian funk? I have no idea. Can't tell if SR gear is better than SSR gear. Oh, SSR gear is way better. Plus, you can upgrade it to UR gear, so no real reason to mess with SR gear at all, because SR gear takes anvils, whereas if you're gonna waste anvils on gear, you might as well go SSR since it's the highest rarity before you UR gear, or before you engrave it into UR gear. So you might as well just not waste anvils on SR gear, because if you're gonna go if anything lower than SSR, you move down to either rare or common gear just for like substats, because you can roll those gears with gold and not anvils. Yeah, don't mess with SR gear basically at all. I wouldn't recommend it. It's just going to be a waste of resources. Maybe if you cared about it, you could try Cobalt Core. Granted, it's a $20 Steam game, not a free mobile game. One I've watched a few videos on so far. I want to say I seen Cobalt Core actually the other day. I don't think I looked into it, but I definitely remember the name. What is it? What is it about? Just ask a vet for advice. My Albedo has engraved SR gear. Oh god, what does that mean? So that means it's SSR gear then, right? Because you engraved SR, or did you engrave rare gear? Because that is quite rough. You definitely don't want to waste engraving stones on anything lower than SSR, really. Just got out of the gym, so you started to stream. Have you in the background while I'm cooking up my meal preps for the week? Hey, that's awesome. Meal prepping is really cool, actually. Meal prepping is super cool. I feel like I'd like to start trying to do something like that, just so that way I have like nice, easy meals that I can just go ahead and warm up or whatever whenever I want to make them in the mornings or whatever. Because I'm always like, I don't know, I'm always looking for something like super quick and easy to do in the mornings whenever I get up. And I think that would be kind of nice. My boy got that dehydrated chicken in the fridge. I feel like a lot of like, I mean, I guess meal prep doesn't necessarily have to be healthy or anything like that, but if you're gonna go for like healthy meal prep, I feel like rice and like regular chicken and stuff like that is always the like go-to most of the time. That's pretty cool though. I engraved the ultimate SR gear we got when the one Ultimate came out for Jormungand. Oh god. Yeah, I think the only piece of gear that I've UR'd that wasn't SSR was, I think, the blue Brawler Bond that I have. I want to say he has, whatchamacallit, I want to say he has an SSR, or an SR piece that got engraved or something like that, because it's resistance pieces or something. I can't remember exactly how you gear him right now, but yeah. Engraved SR, yeah, that's kind of rough. I mean, it's not the end of the world or anything like that, but I would definitely recommend going back and making SSR at some point. Would you recommend buying consenting with your gyms as a free-to-play? What do you mean? What do you mean, Remy? Rotisserie chicken for the store goes crazy? Dude, honestly, yeah, it really does. It wasn't too long ago my stepmom bought some... what is it? She went to Costco, I think it was. No, she goes to Sam's Club, I think it is. But either one, she got a rotisserie chicken from there, and it looks great. Like, it looks it looks top tier. Cosmetics. Would you recommend buying cosmetics with your gyms as free-to-play? Oh, yeah, 100%. I think you just kind of have to, like, find a good point to do it, of course. Because obviously, like, gyms for multis is kind of like the top priority in most cases, because that's what you need to pull new characters and everything. But if you like summon on a banner and you get the character pretty early or something like that, you could potentially try to take that time and like any of the extra gems that you're sitting on, maybe that you would have spent or something, you could kind of use that as a good time to grab a couple of cosmetics for characters. Because cosmetics, unfortunately, do make a pretty big difference. So it's nice to go ahead and grab them while you can. Like, anytime there's a festival character, I try to always invest as much as I can into festival characters to, like, grab all their cosmetics, max all the cosmetics out. Those are the ones that I, like, make sure that are, like, completely maxed. But, you know, I understand not a lot of people have just, like, the gems to buy all of those cosmetics and stuff when they come out. Because a brand new festival character comes out and you got to buy all of that with gems, then you're going to be spending, what is it, 120 per UR set. There's 2 UR, or actually festivals always have 3 UR sets, so you'd have to spend like 360 gems just on cosmetics. And then if they have like a seasonal cosmetic or whatever that comes out at some point, which I guess it doesn't really matter because they don't do those for gems much anymore, but yeah, that's quite a bit of investment that you kind of have to set aside. But I guess it just depends on if you really are going to use the character a whole lot, that kind of determines whether or not you need to really invest into him sometimes. But just depends, maybe. Use all of my stones on that, and now I need to grind more stones, but I don't know how, because I'm nearly done with all the stories and can't roll for gray coins to open the dungeon to grind the stones. Honestly, just grind for gold, do gold farming, and then after you get to a decent spot where you have a decent amount of gold on you, just use the gear gacha in the store, and you can just get a whole bunch of gear and stuff like that it'll just break down automatically to give you stones for it. I don't think this kills. Oof, disabled. Rip. Oh well. Training Grotto. Training Grotto is also pretty good for stones and stuff. Speaking of cosmetics, I should get the ones for Nanashi one day, but probably not anytime soon due to the fest being soon. Yeah, Nanashi and Sigurd, and there might have been another character or two that I took some priority in. There's a couple of different times where I just there were characters that I thought were really interesting and could be good, but I waited for them to do a cosmetic discount sale during some of the festivals. They'll do that. That can be a really good time to pick up some cosmetics. Obviously, whenever they do them, it's normally for like a festival or something like that, and there's not always going to be the cosmetics for the newest character aren't going to be on sale, but it could be a good time to grab cosmetics for older characters that you want to grab some for. Can never have too much gold in the game. That's very true. Honestly, if you have silver coins lying around after you've like done any sort of summoning or whatever, you should probably just gold farm with it. Like, stamina is very important for just doing things in the game, of course, but if you have like an excess of coins, farming for gold is like just the thing to do. I'm at 86 million and 134k gearboxes of all kinds combined. Yeah, I would go ahead and just open those gearboxes then. You can, I think you can set it up to where it auto salvages them, so you might as well just do that. Just do auto salvage on the gearboxes. Just grab a whole bunch of just random, you know, gear stuff out of the boxes and stuff after it breaks it all down. Hate how each piece is separate. Separate buy. Yeah, that can be kind of annoying. I mean, the SSR pieces you can buy like as a bundle whenever the character's brand new for 60. But yeah, this game has like every single way to monetize a character that you can basically think of. Or like, maybe not monetize, but like you have to put a lot of like upgrades into a character. Because like if they're brand new, you have to upgrade them all the way, you gotta level them all the way up, you gotta buy cosmetics for the character, you gotta upgrade the cosmetics for the character, you gotta super or awaken the character, then you gotta super awaken the character, then you gotta build gear for the character, engrave the gear for the character. Like there is a lot of investment that goes into characters nowadays. It is it is a lot of stuff that you have to do, kinda. It can be a lot. Gonna go and do that so I can do stuff later. Thanks for the help as always. I appreciate you stopping by, man. Hopefully it goes pretty smooth. Best of luck with your stuff. What do you think of the LR Margaret? I personally think she's kind of underwhelming compared to the other LRs, though she hasn't come out yet. From what I've seen, she seems pretty okay. I definitely think that it was the wrong time to do Margaret. I mean, if you like Margaret and you're happy that she got an LR, more power to you. But I really think that if they would have held off, because she's a pretty relevant character already, if they would have waited until she maybe fell off even further, gave the LR to one of the older Archangels, and then eventually she could have got one that would have boosted her even more and made her like even better than she is with the new LR or the LR that she just got. I think rushing her LR was kind of a mistake. I don't think that it was the right call. I think it's way too early for her to get one. I mean, maybe not way too early. She's like a year 2 character, so she's still pretty old. But it's just too soon for that kind of stuff. Like, I mean, really, any of the older Archangels could have got a really big rework that like overhauled the character and made them really good for the meta right now. But instead, they chose a character that you're already putting on the Goddess team whenever you run it. And it just doesn't make sense to do her like right now. It's just a bit of an odd choice. And now, I mean, she's kind of done for. Like, I mean, they won't do like LR2 or, you know, any sort of upgrade beyond that, I don't think. So, I mean, it's not like they can, I mean, rework it unless they decide to rework it. I don't know. Not a great call, in my opinion. Definitely not the character that should have been chosen. I like Margaret as much as the next guy. I'm a big fan of Margaret. I think she's a great character. Really enjoyed her when she came out. But she did not need it yet. As dumb as it may sound, I kind of wish they started LRs with the starting SSRs at launch. Yeah, honestly, like, I mean, going with any of the old school characters that have been in the game for a really long time, they're basically unusable and stuff. Those are the characters that should be prioritized, 100%. So I definitely understand where you're coming from there. What's going on, Bronzeblood? Don't think Gil Thunder would like you if you do her, Nalyd. Trust me, it's cool. It's fine. I'm not doing anything unlawful. It's fine. She's a cool character. I like Margaret a lot. Fun character. Really liked her when she came out. Not a fan of her being the choice for LR, though. Imagine if Green Jericho gets an LR. See, that would be cool. And I mean, I really wish that they would have either done any of the original 3 Archangels, so Blue Ludo, Blue Tarmiel, Red Sariel, or they would have done Red Elat. I know that we just got Green Elat, so that's probably why they didn't want to go with Red Elat. But at the same time, it just it's just a weird call. It just is. It's just a little bit too like relevant of a character. You need the LR characters that don't have a use anymore. Like, people use, I guess, the old Archangels for their grace and stuff like that, which is fine, but for the most part, the characters are not very good anymore. Let's put Gother on here so that way I can grab anvils from the Silver's dungeon. Won't make money from R than SR. That's true. Yeah. Well, I mean, there is a bundle that you can buy, but for the most part, I don't think that I don't think they're going to be making a lot of money on like LR launches to begin with, because you could only buy 30 of those like LR tokens or whatever at a time. I think it's maybe for the month. I could be wrong about that. I don't know exactly how often it resets, but yeah, I definitely think they should have went with a character that could have used it a bit more. SSR base Hendrickson. That could be kind of interesting. Honestly, Demon Hendrickson getting an LR would be really cool to me. I really like Demon Hendrickson. Not that he necessarily, like, I don't know, he doesn't necessarily need an LR, I guess. Like, I mean, he's not good by any means, but he would maybe be an odd choice for some people. But I like Hendrickson. I think he's a cool character. If he got an LR, and then we got the, whatchamacallit, OG King LR, it'd go crazy. They would dominate. I hope. Demon's got enough. Well, I mean, yeah, but you don't necessarily use Demon Hendrickson for the Demon team. I mean, you can, of course. You can use it for whatchamacallit. You can use it for like Estarosa's passive or whatever. But when I think of Demon Hendrickson, I think of using him with like OG Fest King. But at the same time, if he got an LR, you probably could use him in both scenarios. You could either boost the demon or the demon team, or you could boost the King team, which would be kind of cool to me. Getting 2 different uses out of a character like that would be kind of a win. Red base King would be sick. I honestly think that he maybe not the best choice. Like, I kind of want the blue one to get it, but red one would be really cool. I would not complain at all if the red one ended up getting the LR. For like a base, like skinny king, that is. Demon Hindies for the debuff damage buff. Yeah, exactly. That's what I kind of use him for. I mean, like, I like that he puts on shock and bleed as well. I think that those are really cool, and those are kind of what I use him for with like the OG Fest King, because obviously the OG King team uses like a lot of damage over time skills. But yeah, it's he's a very interesting character. He's the only demon, really, that has double AoE, so I know a lot of people were using him with Estarosa when he came out, but it's kind of funny. Only have LR melee. I think I'm going to make Escanor next. If you're trying to do end-game content, I really would say that the LR Liz is super, super important. She's very, very good. So if you have the resources and everything for it, she is a very solid LR. But I can understand going for Escanor. Escanor is a really good character. He kind of carries. These are all... I need to... Can I make a couple of the 6-star stones? Let's do 3 of these. And then let's mess with gear a little bit really quickly. So let's engrave this. We can hammer out some of these pieces later. And then I guess we do the attack pieces since they're already done. These are 14.2. That's actually really nice. Cool. Can we 1v1? Probably not. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I'm on the Asia server with this one, so I don't even know if you're on the Asia server or not, but this account is not built for 1v1s. I am basically a PvE player on this account anyway, so it would probably not go very well. Character's so exclusive, though. I still don't have Red LR Liz. That is a really good point. It is kind of weird that they chose to do a seasonal character for her. I'm hoping that they start putting her on more banners because they gave her an LR. But, yeah, I'm not too sure. Hopefully they're a little bit more generous. What do you mean for real? This is a free-to-play account. Look at our CC. We're not even a million CC yet. I can't fight you. Probably wreck me. Cover different enough genres. That's true. The Liz is for like anything PvE. You can use her in PvP, of course, but... Oh, you're not talking to me? Okay. True free-to-play would lose to the biggest whale and say it was rigged. True. True. That's honestly true. Recently, I've been rolling res gears on units now instead of defense. Gotta say, surprised more people don't do it. I don't think it's that bad for PvP. Yeah, honestly, it's kind of cool. Like, I think if you can really get into the gear and stuff like that, you can make some really interesting sets. And because you can't see what gear other people are using, that's always like an interesting thing. Because like you could run into like a very interesting case scenario where it's not going to go the way you expect it to, or like their enemy like doesn't take a whole lot of damage or whatever, but you'll never know why because you can't see their like gear or anything like that. So that's pretty interesting. Like I think anytime there's like crit defense rolls or something like that, it's really, really interesting sometimes. Made LR Liz before Escanor. PvP sucks at the time, but boy was PvE a cheese. Yeah, see, that's I think that's kind of the thing. Like PvE really does get a lot easier with her. It's kind of great. You play Legends? I used to play Legends. I don't play Legends anymore. This is the only gacha game that I play. I don't really like gacha games enough to play more than one. I guess I needed to at least upgrade this a little bit. We can make that an HP roll. Defense is for stats. Yeah, that is kind of true. I think people use it more for like CC and stuff. CC is just such a big part of the game for PvE or PvP, but it's definitely gotten a little bit better. There's a lot more teams nowadays that don't necessarily require the highest CC or anything like that. Like there's a couple of teams that go second and stuff, which is cool. Who do you think will be the first LR OC? I would really hope that it would be Lilia, of course, but I don't know. It'd be really like Blue Lilia, of course, was the one that everybody was using. But Green Lilia never really got any good use. I think that she could be a really cool unit to actually get like an LR. Like I don't know exactly what they would do for her. She's not good at all, but yeah, she's never really been good. So I could see her getting like an interesting upgrade maybe. Okay, we just need to do deathmatch now. I guess I need to do that since it's for a daily. There's a couple of gyms involved, so let's maybe Dang, I can do OG Demon? I don't think I'm ready for OG Demon. I could do Iku if you're here. You want to do oh, am I gonna be able to pull this off? I assume I'll be able to pull this off. You want to do a Belmoth with me? Don't worry, I can carry. There's my boy. Yeah, YouTube does throw ads in from time to time, unfortunately. You've gotten so far with your free-to-play account. I'm so lazy I haven't even finished the story on my main account yet. Honestly, the main story is like one of the first things. Anytime like there's a main story chapter that drops, it's one of the first things that I work on. Because like there's just like good rewards in the main story most of the time. So that's kind of nice. I just always like grabbing those rewards whenever they drop. What do you think about LR Margaret? I think it's not the right choice. I think that any of the older Archangels would have been a better choice. And I'm a fan of Margaret, so it's not like I didn't want her to get an LR, but the upgrades that they did were not good enough to really warrant the upgrade, considering she was already pretty relevant. Red Demon equals no balls. Alright, alright. Fair enough. Problem is, Green Lilia, even if she got an LR, would lose to Goddesses because she's about debuffing. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I guess it just depends on like when they get around to LRing the character, because it always depends on like what the meta looks like at the time. If the character will do well, because I mean, the Goddess team fell off pretty quickly whenever Mael came out. Like it was pretty good for like a couple of months maybe at best, and then it kind of fell off. So if it falls off again, we might be able to not worry about it, but I guess it just depends. Meta's got to be looking pretty debuff friendly, I guess, first. You want to know the Ragnarok storyline? I've never paid attention to it. I think Beats has been making, or made a video breaking down the what we have for the Ragnarok story so far, but I like Norse mythology and stuff, but I'm so bad about like skipping story and stuff in games that I have never messed with it. I've never really tried to like learn it. Should have been LR Blue Tarmiel, in my opinion, to work with the new Hawk and Oslo. I think that would have been really cool, because honestly, Blue Tarmiel gets so overshadowed by Red Tarmiel Grace at this point that I think if they upgraded him, like obviously they didn't upgrade Margaret's Grace, so they probably weren't going to upgrade the Graces to begin with. But if they just made Blue Tarmiel a little bit more interesting or usable on the field, I think it would have been awesome. Goddesses is going to be the 2 LRs. The CC is going to be crazy. No kidding. They, well, I mean, they're getting the new Margaret. They're getting the new Elat. Some people are thinking that the new festival is going to end up being Goddess now, which I don't think is the case. But if that happens, then they'll get a whole new unit, which would be insane. Have to wait and see, of course. Which I guess it's only like 2 weeks away that we'll end up seeing what the next character is. So. Should be a very interesting time. There we go. Festival Narabasta. There you go. I doubt that they would give her a festival, but would like to see a Narabasta. What do you think the next festival is going to be? I think I'm kind of with everybody else in thinking that it's going to end up being Chaos Arthur. Probably going to push the whatchamacallit. Probably going to push the demon team to the top, or not demon team, the human team to the top of the meta. I'll go ahead and invite you, Iku. I gotta make my team really quickly. I forget who to use as my DPS for this. Oh, I forgot I have Summer Freya. I should maybe upgrade her. Then again, I think you have to use melee cards, and I don't think either of her cards are melee. So probably not worth it in that regard. Well, now I can put these two on. Oh, I get Zaratros from my next Heroes Away. So maybe I need to do that. well. This should be fine for now, at least. Let me put Freya on, actually, for some better stats. Oh, you're using green Freya. Does she even work? Or no, maybe... Okay, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I don't think you can use green Freya for this. What if it's Festival Gilda? After all, Cusack is a festival for no reason. I mean, could be kind of cool. I don't think I would be, like, opposed to it or anything. But, not too sure. I mean, Gelda's kind of an interesting character, but she'll be an unknown character, so don't really need unknowns at the moment. Thonar? Yeah. I mean, Thonar's not necessary for my team, but just throw in something together. Ain't no way you got that Death Pierce DPS. I don't need a good DPS. That's the thing. I got my homeboy. He's gonna carry me. It's easy peasy. You probably have to use a second attack. I don't know that I'm gonna be able to actually kill here. Oh, this is gonna be bad. I think. Well, this is only... Nah, this is extreme. It's fine. This isn't hell difficulty. Alright, nice. Bam, bam. Get my ultimate already. We're chilling. What's going on, Bruno? I think it's going to be King, though I don't know which one they could choose. King would be cool. I would love a good fairy. Fairies would be awesome. I would be completely okay with that. Ikimos. Bam. No crit? Wow. I trust your Liz. I don't know if you should, to be honest, but hey, I appreciate the vote of confidence. You guys see the Origin gameplay, though? Looks pretty decent, and the graphics are insane. Yeah, it actually looks pretty cool. I'm actually pretty interested in it. Go on. Go ahead and do it. How was your day? Pretty good, pretty good. I've had a good day, actually. Got a couple wins in Fortnite today. I started Attack on Titan last night, so I'm actually kind of excited to watch some more Attack on Titan whenever I get off stream. Pretty cool day today. I got a little bit of cleaning done. Everything was pretty chill today. No way this guy unironically plays on Asia. Yeah, he's on the actual, like, he lives in Asia, so... I think that's kind of the thing, is whenever the game launched on global and it was like, oh, do you want to play on Asia or do you want to play on the US servers, or like the, not US, but global servers? I think a lot of Asian players chose Asia because that's what makes the most sense to them, but in hindsight, it probably shouldn't have even had an Asia server. I mean, I assume if you're going to play on Asia, you would either, like, I guess the majority of people, I mean, maybe not the majority, maybe I'm underestimating how big Asia is, but like if you're Japanese, you're going to play the JP version. If you're Korean, you're going to play the KR version. But they should have just not had like an Asia dedicated section. They should have just done it all on global, so that way the player base isn't split a little bit. But maybe that was the idea behind it, is they were like, oh, like, Asia's a very big place, so there should still be a good amount of players, which I don't think that there's a low amount of players, but it's definitely way lower than the global version. Kind of weird. Would have been nicer, because, I mean, you can't even add people from, like, the Asia side to the global side, which is always really weird, too. Easier to get Champ 1 in PvP? Dang. There you go. You got the, you're on the easy mode servers. That's what it is. What do you think of the new LR? I hate it personally because I actually love using Margaret, and now they shafted her. Yeah, I think that they shouldn't have gave it to her yet. They could have made her way better further on down the line whenever she was a lot less relevant, and now they've given her this very mediocre upgrade that that isn't all that enticing. Like, the fact that, like, the blue card literally doesn't change at all on level 1. It's very small increases on level 2 and 3. The buff card or the debuff card is kind of cool, but if you go up against another goddess team, it's not going to matter because they can't be stat lowered. Her ultimate is already kind of pay to win with the 6/6 effect, so I don't know exactly how well it's going to go, but I mean, realistically, you're not worried about getting Margaret's ultimate for the most part. You're more worried about getting Mael's ultimate. So I do like her costume. She looks cool, but definitely think they could have went with a different goddess, and it would have been a way better choice. I think the new stuff made Mael meta again. I'm not too sure. I watched Nagato's video with him showcasing Margaret today, and he did one where he was showcasing Elat as well. Elat didn't seem like she was anything super crazy, but I mean, every little bit helps, I guess. And then the Margaret didn't seem like she was like super groundbreaking. There was definitely some matches that he did where Mael wasn't like completely solo in characters and stuff like that, of course, but I'm not too sure. We'll have to mess around with her a little bit, which I'm pretty sure whenever the character drops, we'll be able to mess around with it on Gon's account. But he has 17 mil box CC, so that's not going to be like a super realistic showcase. And then it'll take me about 2 weeks to get the character on my account. So I don't know. Gonna have to see how things go, but I don't know. We'll see. Final boss on free-to-play account. We messed around with it a little bit, but I don't really plan on farming it or anything. We were able to beat Extreme, I think. So we're in the we're in the top 85%. We're kind of chilling. I'm probably not worried about wasting a whole bunch of stamina on it though. Honestly, let's be real. Her blue card did not need a buff. It's insane already. Well, that's the thing though. I mean, if they would have waited further down the line, wherever or like whenever the character's way worse and the meta is way more power creep, they could have increased it. They could have made it better. Like it could have actually maybe used an upgrade in like a year or two. So the fact that they did it so early means that it's never going to get an upgrade, and now it's going to be the same forever. So that really sucks. At least that's my outlook on it, maybe. I think we need to while we chat, I need to do whatchamacallit, the Ragnarok side missions or whatever, so I can get these 30 gems. So let's do that. Let me mindlessly do side quests while we chat. At least they're showing some support to the goddesses, though they probably won't be getting any more support until maybe the Supreme Deity. Yeah, I'm not really sure what all they need to do. Maybe they just need to add... Like, they need to add new characters. Like, even if they made, like, a third set of the base Archangels, like, I don't know. Just, they need to do something. Like, there's just not a whole lot of goddesses in the game in general, so they're gonna have to recycle characters if they really want to, like, I don't know, get some decent support out there for the team, because it's just kind of a small section. Like, how they've made 40,000 Elaines, like... That, I mean, it is what it is, There's not enough goddesses for them to pull from to make, like, brand new goddesses. Like, obviously, it would be great if they would give us Narabasta or any of the other goddesses that we haven't got yet. Like, Solod, for example. We now have 3 Elats in the game. We don't have a Solod, which, I mean, does anybody want Solod? Probably not, but it's at least a goddess character that could help the team. So, I mean, every little bit helps, but then again, I guess... it is what it is. Free to play with Hell and Tier. I know, we're cracked. Not a dime spent on this account, and we already got the best characters. That's the pros and cons of summoning on the Hell banner whenever it was out. Great characters on that banner. It's good upgrade-wise. People are saying it's bad because it's a wasted LR. Yeah, I mean, she definitely got really good stats and stuff like that. I don't think that she's, like, a bad character by any means. I think that she's still a pretty good upgrade, but overall, I think she didn't really need the upgrade and could have been upgraded more and got more meaningful changes if they would have waited and done her whenever she was a little bit less relevant. Like, not that... the goddesses are relevant by any means, but if you're running the goddess team, you were already going to be running Margaret, basically, so just a bit of an odd choice. Konosuba collab with Aqua, having a passive counting her as a goddess. See, that could be cool. Honestly, that could be really cool. They just need to make, I don't know, even if they add characters from Ragnarok that are goddess characters. Like, they just need to do... They, like... How do you make an original story for the game and you don't utilize that potential to make fairies, giants, goddesses characters, like anything for those races that just don't have as many units and could use the help? This is the perfect opportunity to make some of these characters fit into those races and really boost the, you know, the usability there. It's a no-brainer. It really is. Hope Margaret isn't a sign of what's to come with the next LR. At this point, like, I was expecting a really old unit. The fact that they were even going for a goddess in general was a little bit weird, because, I mean, most of the goddesses aren't, like, super, super old. But at this point, like, with Margaret being the most current choice, and then the Liz threw me off a little bit because she was a seasonal character for one, and she was just a Liz, which was kind of odd. I figured they would go through all of the 7 deadly sins first, but now that Margaret's come out, I don't think there's any sort of pattern or any sort of like theme that they're trying to go for. It just seems completely random now. Like, you could not be like, oh, who do you think the next LR is? Because now that Margaret's out, it could literally be anyone next. Like, there's no pattern, there's no nothing. Kind of odd. Like, they could, I mean, I don't think that they're going to go for anybody, like, super, super modern, like anyone in the last, like, year or two. But, yeah, Margaret was a little bit more modern than I was expecting them to go even now. So, I don't know. We'll see. But then again, we just got we just got her on JP, so it's going to be 2 more months probably before we end up seeing another LR. So, have to wait, figure out what they're going to do next. Maybe November Festival is goddess. A lot of people keep thinking that. I'm not 100% convinced about that. I mean, if it is, cool. If not, I didn't really expect it to be in the first place. I think now that you mention it, somebody mentioned it earlier, I think if it was a king could be really, really nice, actually. But I'm pretty much expecting it to be Arthur, just because we're getting to that point in the story. I think they'll be finishing up the Demon King fights and stuff like that in the next story chapter in the November Fest, and then I imagine if they do a story chapter for the December/New Year's Festival, they'll probably be doing like Chaos Arthur stuff in that section. So it's getting pretty close. It's getting to the point where he's about to be revealed and stuff like that in the story. So it's very possible he is coming up soon. Which it would make more sense maybe if they did a new melee for November and then moved Chaos Arthur to December/January, so that way he fit in more when he was going to actually show up in the story. But they tend to do melees for that time slot for whatever reason, so not sure if they'll end up moving it around or anything, but gonna have to wait and see. The Liz is a seasonal, yes, but she was given for free. I mean, that is true, but even, like, I don't know, it's one of those scenarios where, like, if a character was given out for free, a lot of people, like, content creators and stuff will just be like, okay, if the character was given out for free, then you can count those as a free-to-play character, but this is a free-to-play account, but I wasn't playing whenever the character was given out for free. A lot of characters are, like, there's a lot of people who just play at different times, start the game at different times, this or that, so not everybody's going to have a character, even if they were given out for free or whatever. So, I mean, I know that she was given out for free, but not everybody was either around. Some people take breaks from the game. There's always, you know, different scenarios that go on. Unless she's, like, in the hero's way, like, characters, or, like, very consistently obtainable, I think it's really hard to just be like, I don't know, you don't have that character? Like, what's up with that? She was free. You know what I mean? So, how do people have 11k in Chaos PvP? Dude, Karmic Lotus is at like 16, 17k. That guy is going to spend more gems on the game mode than he's going to get for being in the top 1%. Because I don't think there's like a top like 100 or anything like that. Like, there's no point in going for the top spot, I don't think, unless you just want to be number 1, I guess. Like, I'm assuming that's the point of him grinding that hard. But there's no way he hasn't spent probably 100 gems on extra PvP tickets and stuff grinding which I assume he's spending a lot of money on the game anyway, so it probably doesn't even matter that he spent 100 gems on PvP tickets, but yeah, very odd. Like, wouldn't the idea be to spend less than you're gonna earn from it? Because at that point you're in the red and it's not worth it's not worth grinding that much. I don't know. It's so odd. Such a weird, like, I don't know, point of view to have for it. But I mean, if you want to be number one, you got to go hard, I guess. I'm at basically 7 mil box CC right now. Within 9 months would be at 7 mil if I had pulled Ainz. Have to wait for the pity on my second rotation to get him. I'm at 457. Well, this is the last week that it's out, so make sure that you try to get him pretty soon, because after this week, like after the maintenance on Monday night / Tuesday morning, the banner leaves. So make sure that you get what you need before then. But that's pretty good, honestly. 9 months and 7 mil box CC sounds pretty good to me. Like, I don't actually know how long it takes to grind out CC and stuff like that in this game, because I don't really, like, I've played the game since it came out. It's just always been like a gradual sort of increase for me. I've never really, like, I mean, I did push for box CC a couple of times or whatever, just like putting gear on characters and stuff, but for the most part, I don't really care to grind too much for box CC. So it sounds like you've made good progress though. Sounds pretty solid. It's so weird they aren't milking all the characters they possibly could. For example, an Aerobuster with skimpy cosmetics would make a lot of money. It's almost like they don't want money. Yeah, I mean, I would have thought that they would have tried to make like 1,000 different Escanor characters. As hype as Escanor is, like, I know a lot of people like Melly too, because Melly's the main character, but Escanor literally brings in like big dollars. Like, everybody wants to summon for Escanor. So whenever they drop Escanors, we get some crazy cash flow in the game. But there's 4 there's 4 Escanors in the game, which, I mean, I guess is good that they're not like milking him too much, so that way whenever he comes around it's actually very exciting and meaningful. Not that like the Mellies aren't very cool. Some of them are, some of them aren't, but yeah, it's a bit odd. I kind of expected them to try to milk certain characters more than others, but for whatever reason, they're actually pretty modest when it comes to certain stuff. Other stuff, they milk pretty hard. Like, we have 2 Freyas already. They did a Summer Freya. That's easy milking there. New game mode is just the same game modes. Pre-launch mindset, guys. Oh, the new game mode seems very interesting. I did watch a video that was posted in the Discord. I think it was yesterday. It was a Twitter video from a JP player, and it was a 6-minute long video. He beats there's 2 phases for the bird alone. He beats all of phase 1. Phase 2 has a whole bunch of immortality stacks that you have to deal with. I'm not exactly sure how it worked, but he works on it for a while, and then the bird literally wipes 3 of his characters off the field and he loses. So I don't exactly know how it works yet. I'm not sure what the mechanics are, because obviously even if I looked at it on JP, I wouldn't be able to read it or anything. But once it comes out on Global, I'm very interested to read some of the passives, or like see what people have learned from the JP side of things on like how it actually needs to be played, because it seemed like, I know one of the JP YouTubers posted his team that he used to beat all 3 of the floors of it or whatever, and it was a full goddess team with LR Margaret, and he had LR Liz on there, so that is quite interesting to see. When you're a whale, you just want to prove you're the best, and the best way to do that is to be first in PvP. That's probably a good point as well. He's probably just doing it for the wow factor, maybe, just to be on top. Because he can. Does the man have a YouTube or something where they make money, or is he made of money? Can't imagine how much money has been spent, especially because I spend none. I don't think Karmic Lotus does YouTube or anything like that. Not that I know of. There are a couple of like whales that do YouTube like very moderately, like they don't really like consistently upload or anything like that. I've definitely seen a couple of people who have like really high-end accounts upload stuff from time to time. I think one of the notable ones is there's a guy named Caius Demon or something like that. I can't remember exactly how spell or say his name, but I'm pretty sure he's like in Zenith or one of the like higher end guilds, and he does like videos from time to time. He's like got a really crazy account, but I don't think any of those whales are like actually doing YouTube as like they're not trying to be YouTubers or anything. I think they're just making videos because they have really high-end accounts and already spend a bunch of money on the game. I don't know exactly what the thought process, of course, but I don't know. Caius Demon King for Guild Boss, yeah. Oh, yeah, I think that's what his name is. I'm not super familiar with him, but I've definitely seen some of his videos around and stuff. What's going on, Cal? Still sad they never returned the Rita for base Escanor. I know, it would be kind of nice if people could get that a little bit easier. Escanor and Vegeta, or is Vegeta and Melia's Goku? It kind of is like that, no kidding. That is very accurate. Phase 2 Bird, you need to use specific cards to remove the immortality buffs. Some cards will give you, or give him stacks like LR Liz Flood card. Oh, interesting. Okay, that's kind of interesting. I hope somebody like has like a really interesting, like detailed guide that that I can watch for it, because it definitely seems interesting. The fact that it only has 2 phases actually is really crazy to me. But then again, I guess you're supposed to be beating a whole bunch of stuff, so I guess it can't be like super long. But 7 block CC low for PvP. I don't think it's too low. I mean, I guess it just depends, because I mean, it depends on the team that you use. Some teams are like much better with higher CC. Some teams are much better with like, you know, just evasion food and stuff where you don't have to worry about CC as much. You can go second and be fine. Just depends on what you got. Kai's Demon King. Oh yeah, I already read that. Think he makes knighthood though. Maybe you're right. Do you think they'll ever make a new Escanor since the one ultimate is his last form from the story? I'm not 100% sure. Maybe they'll do... because, you know, Escanor... I mean, I guess the one ultimate is the version that goes in to fight the Demon King at the very end of the show. So, I actually don't know. It would be really cool to see them make a new Escanor. I'm not really sure what they would do with him, though. I don't know. Maybe that is the last Escanor, now that you mention it. But I'd hope not. I'd hope that they would give us a new one at some point. Welcome back, Yurichi. What up, dude? Oh, I always think I can right-click to skip some of this dialogue, but when it's one of these, you have to click the skip up there. Power Strike ult removes 4, I think. Dang, that's crazy. Gotta rush ults then, I guess. What do you think of the new game mode? It looks really annoying and grindy. I think it'll probably look like that to begin with. Because it's an event that only lasts for 2 weeks, I'm interested to see how it sort of plays out. But I think once people realize what the gimmicks and stuff for the fights are, I don't think it'll be nearly as bad. Like, people will end up coming up with some sort of like min-maxed team for it that'll be way better and like quicker. So I don't think it'll be too bad once people have had time to like come up with stuff. Wonder if Red Magelda would work in the new Event Demonic Beast mode. She does have the same Power Strike ultimate. So I think that is one of the things that people are doing. I think they're trying to use her and LR Liz together, since they kind of work really, really well for Demonic Beasts in general. Not 100% sure exactly what like the best teams are going to end up being, but I think Red Magelda is going to be a pretty nice one to use, since she works in all Demonic Beasts, which is great. Come on, walk, Deanne, walk. Seasons Escanor? That could be cool. They're really bad about not going back and making old characters whenever we've passed the point in the story, so I'd be interested to see which Escanor they ended up making if they make a new one. Only doing floor 1 for that new beast thing when it comes out on Global. Fair enough. Hopefully, you know, like I said, once people find out how to work it and everything, people will be a little bit more inclined to work on it, because it should hopefully be easier once there's like a decent team found for it. Have you seen Deer? Yeah. Or, oh, no, not for the new game mode, I haven't, no. What if we don't get Arthur, but Meliodas and True Magic? I think I mean, I think Magic True Magic Melee would be really cool for this year's Melee. I'm not 100% sure who they would do for the other festival though, if they don't do Arthur. Without almost the perfect team, it'll be annoying. Yeah, I bet so. That is probably going to be one of the biggest things. Like, if I guarantee that if I was to make a guide on it with like a, hey, this is like the best team that people are using for it, there's always somebody who's like, I don't have this unit. Do you have a replacement for this unit, or who else can I use instead of this character? Which is a completely valid question, because not everybody has every character, of course. But you know, for some of these new game modes and stuff that come out, like there's, you know, who knows who you could replace it with. You think Tyr would have been a better festival than Hell? I don't know. Tyr is definitely insane. Like, he seems like a festival level character. But I also think that Hell is very, very strong. Like, just her presence on the field, like, is pretty interesting. Like, it really changes the flow of battle a bit, because you can't use AoEs just all, you know, willy-nilly. But, I don't know. Both of them are very good. It's hard to say. Like, I definitely think that Tyr is higher up than just a normal, like, SSR. But I guess it's nice that he isn't, because they can just throw him in extra banners and stuff like that. But yeah, he's definitely up there. I think you might be underestimating how bad that is. The new Deer requires you to attack 3 times with the same type. Oh, really? That's insane, actually. Yeah, I didn't know that. That's nuts. Female Escanor is a thing in Fortnite. Oh, that's right. I can't remember her name. It's like Gawain or something like that. Very, very interested to see some of the Fortnite stuff that ends up coming to the game. I think that's probably what I'm most excited for at the moment. I want to see what happens when they finish the story on here. If they're just going to go straight into the Fortnite stuff. Considering it's just now getting animated and everything, I don't know how fast they're going to try to work on it. But should be a really cool time to move into Fortnite stuff, because I don't know anything about it yet, and it'll be like all new to me. He is top tier. True. Deer is more RNG focused, because you need to use either 3 of the same attribute card to remove the damage reduction of the attribute that is advantage of. You can chip phase 1, but you need to remove all the damage reductions for phase 2, because he has immortality. God, yeah, he sounds really annoying then. Dogs, I think, is just Echidna passive. Attack with the same unit 2 times equals that unit gets frozen. Okay. Oh, you mean Amelia's passive. But yeah. Okay, that's not too bad then, I guess. Guild Wars a win. Whenever you start grinding Hell Guild Boss so we can get in. I'm waiting on you, Tony. You're the one holding me back here. I need you to get that 40k score like the hackers get, so that way we can get in. I need you to carry 4 of our members' weights, so that way we can get in really easily. Her name is Amelia. Yeah, Echidna is the Echidna and Amelia both have white hair, but Echidna is like the very pale. Well, I guess they're both pale. She's the one that wears the Black Witch's outfit. Amelia is the one that wears the white and has the freeze card. Got 4K this week. What do you mean? My back's hurting. True. I know. We gotta get the rest of the guild to carry the weight, I guess. We'll see what they can do. Don't skip the movie Cursed by Light is canon, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it is. So maybe, yeah, I think you're right. They'll probably end up doing a side story for that after the anime ends, if I had to guess, since that's where it goes in the timeline. I'm not exactly sure where the Grudge of Edinburgh stuff comes in at, or Edinburgh. Like I don't know if that comes before. Well, I assume it comes before Four Nights, because Tristan's not like a grown up yet. But or not, he's not like grown up, but yeah, I don't know exactly where those movies are going to come in at, but those are canon too, from my understanding. So I imagine they'll probably make those as well. So going off topic, sorry, but have you watched the latest episode of JJK and One Piece? And are you excited for the next episodes? I only watched the dub of One Piece, so I'm still at the, like, I haven't even started the Wano arc yet. I'm waiting for the whole thing to get dubbed before I start it, so I'm way behind on One Piece, but I'm waiting for it to get closer to finishing Wano before I start, which shouldn't be too long. And then I have not started the new season of JJK yet because, like I said, I watch dub. So I'm probably going to wait for the whole season to get finished first before I start watching it. But I have officially started completely over. I am watching season 1 of Attack on Titan, which is, man, good times. Back in 2013. It's great. I watched 5 episodes of it last night to start. And, man, it really gets you hooked right out of the gate. It's awesome. But now that it's finished, I'm finally watching all of it because I've only ever watched the first 3 seasons. Both white and hot, so I don't know. That's fair enough. Echidna's the one that has the best girl vibe. I don't know. I think I like Amelia more than Echidna, I think. Amelia's cool. Echidna is the weird witch, indeed. What do you mean, Heriberto? What? What's the problem, man? I'm not watching everything as it comes out. I hate waiting week to week to week to watch episodes. It really sucks. The only time I ever do that is if I start a show that is already in the middle of a season and I don't realize it, because normally I'll just wait for a season to get completely finished. Don't start the One Piece dub talk again. It's good, though. It's good. One Piece good in general. Doesn't matter if it's dubbed or subbed. One Piece good. Doesn't Echidna use her saliva in her tea, hence Weird Witch? I'm pretty sure that is what happens, so I can completely I can back you up on that one. Definitely weird. JJK is being canceled for the moment because of work conditions. I heard something about that, actually, so I think some people were saying that there was going to be like a dip in quality or something, or whatever the case may be, but... yeah, I don't know exactly what's going on over there, but hopefully it all gets straightened out at some point. That's what makes it so great, waiting weekly. Gets you more excited. I guess, but there's so much anime out there. There's so much to watch that there's no reason for me to wait week to week when I can just watch a different show or like several shows for a while and then just come back to it and just watch it all at my own pace. It's great. I like going at my own speed, not having to worry about new episodes coming out. That's why she's the best. I don't know about that. I don't know why, but I was so bored when I was watching One Piece. Sorry, but I need to rewatch. I didn't get too far. That is the weird thing about One Piece. It starts off kind of slow, and it doesn't start to get really good until you've watched quite a ways into it. I don't want to say quite a ways, but like you have to watch a decent little bit of it, and there's so much to watch that it can definitely kind of bog you down. It's definitely a daunting task to undergo starting One Piece, but it's one of those shows where it's been going on for so long, and there's so many characters and stuff like to get sort of attached to that. Like once you really get into it and you've watched a decent amount of it, like you really get attached to the characters, and you just really enjoy it every bit of the way. It's great. It definitely takes a little bit of getting into, of course. It takes a while, but like once it gets you hooked, you're in. You won't be able to stop. Ever heard Turn the Page by Divide Music? It's inspired by ReZero. I don't think so. I don't necessarily listen to a whole lot of like anime music or anything like that, unless it's just like an intro to a show or something like that. I don't guess I like try to seek anything out really. What's up, Lightning? What up, dude? Have you watched Monster? I'm reading the manga right now. Monster. That sounds familiar. I don't think so, though. What's it about? One Piece #1. It is one of those shows where like everybody's like, oh, like I'm not a big fan of One Piece or like whatever the case may be, but if you watch One Piece, you like One Piece. Johann Liebert. What that? 48? We're crazy? We're cracked? Maybe watching One Piece just because of the hype will get you bored and not give you interest much. Yeah, I think that could be kind of a thing. Like if you're like, oh, like all these people are talking about Gear 5, I've got to start watching One Piece, but you're not going to get to Gear 5 for 1,000 episodes. So, like, you're not going to be able to really ride the hype wave there, I guess. But it's definitely like an undertaking. It is a very long show. There's a lot to watch. Johan is the dude from Monsters, I think. Oh, okay. Never seen it. Okay. Gotcha. I don't know. I don't think I've watched Monster, but I think I've heard of it, maybe. I want to say. It sounds familiar. Got to episode 70, then skipped to Gear 5. God! Yeah, that's quite a skip. Fair enough, though. I know a lot of people just wanted to watch the Gear 5 stuff. And if you aren't like a person who's been watching One Piece, I think a lot of people were like, alright, Gear 5 is mid. Like, who cares? Gear 5 sucks. It's not that cool. But if you've been kind of building all the way up to it and everything, and you're already invested in the show, it's obviously a little bit more interesting. Kind of like, I guess, like if you were watching Dragon Ball and he goes, you know, Super Saiyan God for the first time, and you're like, why is his hair red? This is lame. Like, he's just Super Saiyan, but it's red instead of yellow. Like, that would kind of be the same reaction, maybe. Except for, I think Gear 5 does quite a bit more as far as, like, changes go. Alright, so I think we're caught up now. I gotta actually work on the actual story now. But free gems, nice. What about Classroom of the Elite? I'm reading the light novel. I think they're doing season 3 of that soon, or like it's premiering soon, or starting, or whatever. But I have watched the first 2 seasons of it that are out already. Very cool show, actually. I wasn't really sure what to think of it at first, but it is actually pretty cool. Definitely gonna watch the 3rd season whenever it gets finished. Gear 5 was sick. Yeah, I thought it was cool. A lot of people were like, oh, this is too goofy. Like, this isn't what I thought it was going to be. This isn't, like, super cool. It's very, like, wacky and off the wall. But I think that's what it was supposed to be. Which is fair. You know, it's not for everybody. Not everybody's going to like everything. Snake Lady. What do we got? Ooh. Level 3. Ooh. No. Wrong card. Any damage you do will be healed. You cannot win. You do not debuff. The weak point card. Actually, does he even have a weak point card? Since this is like the earliest tier you fight. Blaze and Ignite. Nope. This is like a Kyo. Personally think the light novel was a lot better. The main character from Classroom of the Elite in the anime was a lot less compelling than the light novel. Yeah, he definitely seemed a bit weird at the beginning. Like, he seemed like like just some normal dude, but it starts to unfold that he's like, I don't know, it feels like he's like a mastermind, kind of. But, yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of people, when it comes to some of the source materials for different shows and everything, people like the either the manga more or the light novel or whatever the case may be. But not a big reader myself. I know a lot of people do like reading. Not really my thing. Rather watch a show. So probably will never end up going back and reading the light novel or anything. So I'll just take what I can get. And I like the anime. I don't think it's bad or anything. So definitely still solid to me. But then again, I can't really compare it to the source material because I've never seen it. Listen to audiobooks then. I've never really tried to. I think that that's a good option. Like, if I drove around a lot or like had like, I normally just watch YouTube and stuff on the side whenever I'm like working on things or like editing or, you know, making thumbnails and stuff like that or whatever the case may be. I'm pretty much always watching YouTube videos and stuff. But honestly, audiobooks and stuff are like, they've gotten a lot more popular. I think that that is a really good option. But I don't know, like even then, like, maybe I've just never gotten into it, but, like, kind of like listening to a podcast almost, I guess. I've never really listened to an audiobook, though. Could be cool. Maybe need to look into that. What's going on, Kanata? Divide Music makes a lot of music based on animes. He has one for Bond, which is really cool in my opinion. Shame it's just called Foxin. Not a cool name, like Into the Dark. Gotcha. Oh, so he's like I'm assuming he's a YouTuber? Gear 5 literally makes Luffy free, meaning free of laws of physics and all. Yeah, pretty insane. Like, very strong power. Definitely can't wait for that to get dubbed and everything. And then once I get to it, it'll be super cool. Read any of the Game of Thrones books? No, but I've never watched Game of Thrones either. I've not touched Game of Thrones at all. I know that that's like the one show that everybody's like, oh my god, Game of Thrones is so crazy. But I've never seen, never watched, never read any of it. I'll probably get around to it at some point because it is one of those shows that are like monumental and everything. But never really got into it. They're on YouTube and YouTube Music. Nice. Sounds good. I might have to look them up. Love Divide's Overhaul song. But this Prince Zuko song is my favorite. Okay, nice. Read them in middle school, and I'm still traumatized. What was I don't know what I was reading in middle school. When I think of, like, elementary school or, like, middle school books, for some reason, I always think to the library. I remember the Artemis Fowl books, for whatever reason. I don't think I read any of those, but that's always the ones that I remember seeing at, like, the book fairs and, like, on the shelves in the library and stuff like that. Yeah. No idea what they're even about. But definitely remember those books for some reason. Those and the God, what are those evolution books or whatever? Animorphs, where it's like it's an animal and then the next frame is like it's slowly shifting into a human. Those Animorph books. I've never read any of those either, but the cover of those is so like so memorable. I definitely remember seeing those in the library as well. Definitely remember those at the book fairs and stuff mostly. Jormungand. True, Snake Lady, she's here. The World Serpent. You ever seen Tower of God or heard of Solo Leveling? Both great, just because, or just wondering because they're going to be coming out soon, anime. I've heard of both of them. I don't really know much about them. I think, doesn't Netmarble make the Tower of God game, if I'm not mistaken? I've seen, I see a couple people talk about it on Twitter from time to time. And then I think there's a Solo Leveling game from Netmarble also coming out like towards the end of the year or maybe sometime next year. I'm not 100% positive on that, but I don't know really anything about the shows or like content themselves, but I do know that they're supposed to be getting games. I think Tower of God already has a game, but the other one's supposed to get a game sometime soonish. Tears damage, sad for real. I know, story tier, kind of mid. Talking that dragon into human Facebook. Let me look it up. Animorphs. Let me see here. It's these. This one right here is the most... This is the one that I remember the most. You can see it. It's like he's an eagle. He's not even turning into a human. He's an eagle, and then he's like transforming into some weird alien. And then you can see this one is a girl transforming into an anteater. Like, what is that? I don't know what any of those books are about, but they're so odd. Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I actually did read one or two of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books. I remember having to get AR points for those. So glad Hero Arena next season doesn't have Albedo or DK. Yeah, that is nice, actually. From my understanding, I think DK is more of an attacker. He's not really a defense team character, I don't think. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure how Guild Wars works. But I asked King a little bit whenever Albedo came out if he thought that she was going to be on defense teams for Heroes Arena. And he was like, well, I think people are using her as a defender or an attacker in Guild Wars, so it really is anybody's guess if she's going to end up becoming like a character that you have to fight. You done farming Final Boss Ludo? I think so. I'm pretty sure I have enough points to finish off the things that are going to be refreshed tomorrow in the regular shop. And then I still haven't grabbed the weapon out of the other thing yet. The top challenger shop or whatever. So I don't know that I will. I probably will end up doing it because it's not going to cost that much stamina, maybe, if I just do it in my spare time. But yeah, I think I'm pretty much done messing with it for now. I ain't seen this before. That's wild. Yeah, it's I don't know what those books are about. It's very, very odd. Sorry, my nose really itches. I'm having to itch my nose a lot. I think solo leveling is overrated, just like Demon Slayer. The art/animation was badass, though. Yeah, I think that's definitely what carries Demon Slayer a lot. But I enjoyed Demon Slayer. Like, I'm not like a super fan of it or anything, but I like watching shows that are just like fun to watch and stuff. So even if it's not like a 10 out of 10 to me, like I'll basically watch anything. There's very few shows that I've started or like tried to watch that I've just immediately dropped. I think there's only been like a couple, like maybe a handful of shows that I've just could not finish. Ben 10 ripoff, God. Have like 12 of those books, but never liked them. Oh, really? I mean, what are they? Do you know what they're about? I've always seen those books, never read one. DK's more of an attacker because of his annoying attack team that can fight every single team in Guild Wars despite the CC disadvantage. Oh, interesting. LR Ludo probably worse LR. Shoutier alert. They need to bring Zom 100 back. Yeah, so is that show not getting finished? I think that they said that they were going to be releasing episodes like 8 through 12 or something like that to finish off the season, maybe. I don't know exactly how long it's supposed to be, but I heard it started off really, really good, and then something maybe happened with the studio that was making it. I don't know exactly what ended up happening, but it seemed like a cool show. I haven't started it or anything because it's not finished with the season yet, but I do want to watch it at some point. I don't know if it'll ever get finished, though. Do you like Overflow, the animation really carried by the show? I have no idea what that is. Never, I don't think I've ever heard of that one. So Nalyd, why did they make LR Margaret mid? Very disappointing. She looks boring to play. I think because she's still too good already. Like, not too good, but like she's still a decent character, so they didn't want to overdo it. And then I don't know. I think they should have waited. If they would have waited, they could have gave her more meaningful upgrades and it would have been fine. God, what is Overflow, now that y'all have said something about it? Y'all seem to be very weird about that. Wink, wink. Okay, well, I can already see where this is going. Watch Seraph of the End Trust. I want to say maybe somebody's already said something about that at some point. I'll have to look at it. If it's on Crunchyroll, I can add it to the watch list, though. How do you not know? I don't know. I don't know every anime that's out there. LLR units. Because Margaret needs it. True. I'm going to have to get an upgraded LR. We're going to get LR2. You should Google it on stream. That sounds like a terrible idea. Who said you could stream without me? Man, we started at the normal time, man. You're late again. You gotta check that watch. Gotta check that watch. You're late. He's innocent, I guess. I don't guess I've ever seen that. I don't think so. I don't know. You guys are making it sound like something I do not need to be looking up. Don't Google it. That's a scary movie. I don't like scary movies. I'm not a fan of scary stuff, so can't watch it. All I'm gonna say though is these newer episodes are crazy different breed. Okay. Alright. Me who has no idea what Overflow is. That's me. My face win. My face win Overflow. Joke is that it is the name of a movie. Oh, It. Yeah, with the clown, with the Pennywise clown. Gotcha. I see the joke now. Chat's lack of culture is truly disappointing. Well, don't know what to tell you on that one. Hang on, are we already done with the side quest on this one? No, we're not. Okay. You do not want to see it in public. Okay, well, that pretty much explains it then. Never heard of Overflow 2. Damn, they made a sequel of it? Must be a good anime then. How you feeling about LR Margaret? Not great. I mean, I'm gonna make her because why wouldn't I? But I think that it should have been any other goddess character that was older. She is not the right choice. They have made her very mediocre as a LR because it's too soon to get her. They could have made her much better if they would have waited before her to fall off much more. Sometimes I just forget I have water, and then I just sit here and my throat gets dry all stream, and it's terrible. LR Valenti's what Nalyd wants. LR Valenti would go crazy. You guys can't tell me LR Valenti wouldn't go crazy. She's going to lower the enemy's pierce rate by 1,000%. And you just won't be able to do any damage. It's going to be great. It's going to make PvP much slower like everybody wants it to be. PvP's too fast. Everybody's complaining that their characters get one shot. If we give everybody 0 pierce rate with LR Valenti, things will slow down. You'll have to wait for the sudden death mechanic to kick in and kill the first character. It'll be great. It's going to be awesome. Cope. Nalyd watched Overflow, he wouldn't have a drive-thru. Oh god, I don't even want to know. Use the name Overflow in an essay? God. Mad lad. Water best drink ever, nothing compares to water. True. Water top tier on the drinks tier list. At least she looks good. She does look good. I do like her armor. It's very reminiscent of like regular Ludo's original armor, which I think is really, really cool. I think overall, like the design and everything. I'm not a big fan of the LR Liz cosmetic, and I'm not a big fan of the headpiece on Escanor. I think they're just putting a lot of like weird like halo things on the characters' heads nowadays, which is not really my thing. But for the most part, all of the LR costumes have been pretty solid. Valenti of patience, true. That is exactly what I want. Read Metamorphosis. What is that? That better not be Overflow 3. I don't know what that is, but I'm becoming more weary to look up things that you guys are asking me about now. Are you being for real that you don't know? I have no idea what that is, Konata. No, do not. No, don't read that. Oh god. See, you guys are crazy. You guys are recommending things. I'm just trying to watch regular anime. I'm watching Attack on Titan like a normal kid from 2013 would. And you guys are trying to make me watch some weird stuff. Come on now. LR Melascula for amazing win. If they would have went with a pattern and they would have done the 7 deadly sins and then they would have went with the commandments, then we could have probably seen her in, you know, maybe a year. But not looking good. Considering they only come out with LRs every 2 months. I guess that's probably why they didn't continue going with the 7 deadly sins. Maybe they're just bouncing around now to characters that they think needs an LR, but not too sure. Seraph of the End on Crunchyroll? Okay. Let me open that really quickly and add it to my list then, if it's not already on there. Already logged in. Seraph. How do you spell it? How do you spell it? Maybe I'll just type of the end. Of the end. I don't see it. I don't be seeing it. Seraph of the End. Doesn't show up when I type that in there. See more? Series only? Ah, here it is. World's End Harem. Gotcha. I don't see Seraph of the End on here. Should add Goblin Slayer to your list. I've actually already seen Season 1 of Goblin Slayer. Season 2 is obviously coming out, but not sure. Are you in the US, Lightning? Because maybe it's one of those things where like Netflix has different shows in different countries. I'd hope not, but not too sure. Tristan needs an LR. See, that's one of the characters that I would have originally thought, like, that's gonna be like, it'll take way too long for them to get to the point where they want to LR Tristan. But at this point, who knows? Search on any cloud, maybe. What is any cloud even? My assumptions on how they pick LR units: they make a meeting, then make a raffle, and who got the lucky random will get become LR. True. They just put everybody's name in a hat. Wonder if Mega Man NT Warrior is on anything since the official channel removed it. You could probably Google it, to be honest. I think most of the time when I Google like movies or shows or something like that, it'll normally say like what platforms you can watch it on. So you might be able to look at it like that. AnyWatch is better? I don't know what that is. Is that just a different like website in general? Like a side for animes? Huh. But so it's not Crunchyroll though. Search it up on Haname. I do not think that is I don't think that's it. Pirate, but to each his own. I've done it before. Anime is my favorite anime website. I don't know what you're talking about. No Crunchyroll? Okay. Already watched all of the Mega Man NT Warrior. That was in English. When they had it on YouTube back in April. Only missed out on the 3rd or 4th JP only. Oh, okay, yeah. I think we talked about this the other day, right? I think I remember you mentioning that. He is cultured. Snoop Dogg is stopping smoking. I think the Earth is ending. Is he really? That is definitely something you would not expect to hear from him. Rip the meme, true. Damn, where are we going? Take me to this man already. Use one of my buddy's accounts. I don't know where he lives. Okay, gotcha. Maybe that's what it is, though. Not too sure. Goblin Slayer Season 2 already came out? Yeah, but I don't think it's finished yet, right? I'm pretty sure it's, like, still airing. I think. It's for people when they don't want to buy a subscription on Crunchyroll, so they use AnyCloud, AnyWatch, and definitely Anime, most recommended. God. Okay. I think there's a couple of different websites that I've been to watch like different shows that were on. I think it's what is it? High Dive. High Dive Animes, or like they try to keep some of their stuff exclusive. I've had to watch some stuff on different websites and everything to try to get past having to buy a High Dive subscription. Metamorphosis is just too family friendly for chat. Don't worry, trust me, not them. Okay. We're family friendly here. Never back down, never what, you know? You know what I mean? Family friendly. You should see the 100 Girlfriends that really love you is pretty good so far on Crunchyroll. I think I heard something about that. I'll probably end up watching that at some point. I do like shows like that, so I'll probably get around to that one. Watch the new JJK episode. No, I'm waiting for the season to finish before I start watching the show or watching season 2. Since I watch my shows in dub, I typically don't watch them as they're coming out. I like to be able to watch it at my own pace. Because typically what happens is I'll try to, like, when I lay down at night to go to sleep, I'll watch 2 to 3 episodes of whatever I'm watching per night. And then I'll finish a show within like a week or 2, depending on how many episodes are in a season. So, new JJK episode cooking. Gotcha. People are pretty hyped about JJK, so I'm sure it's doing some pretty cool stuff. Can't trust Crunchyroll, so I do what I gotta do. Hey, it is what it is. I completely understand. Thanks, autocorrect. Gotcha. Oh, I put molded. Nice. Twitter, or funny Twitter video in DMs. God. What you got this time? What the? That ain't legal. You can't send that. That can't be real. That's not Fortnite. You even know what it is, Mr. Cultured Person? I mean, I think I've watched it once or twice, but it's not really my thing. Not really. Oh, we finished. Nice. I don't know anything. Like, I've never watched it enough to know any of those, like, websites or, I guess, show names that you guys seem to know off the top of your heads. Very odd, very sus of you. Have fun on anime. I appreciate it, Iku. I sure will. Hate new art style, JJK art style. Some parts look so goofy. Oh, really? Did they change the... I mean, I've only watched season 1, so I don't know... Did they change it for season 2 just in general? What is your thing? I'm not getting into this. This is not happening. I gotta go back to the Ragnarok story, sorry. The better Fortnite. Should add the Misfits of Demon Academy. It's finished till second half of season 2. It's so good. Oh, really? Okay, sounds kind of cool. I want to say maybe I've seen that on there. I don't remember if I added it to the watch list. I tried to go through a whole bunch of shows on there whenever I started my subscription, and just added a ton of stuff to the watch list so that way I could just pick whatever sounded good at the time. But yeah, I'm not too sure if I remember adding that one or not. I put a bunch of stuff on there though, so. Crunchyroll has all of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Except Sevens, from what I remember, since Sevens is exclusive to Hulu at the moment. If you ever want to watch past, you had to watch... Okay, gotcha. Sounds good. Tony being sus. He is being sus. Being based. You can't self-proclaim you're based. It just doesn't work like that. One has to go forever, and one has to stay. Purgatory Bond meta. Or Cancer Liz meta. Oof. Probably Liz meta if I'm being honest, because characters nowadays do so much damage that Liz isn't really that big of a problem. Plus, you could just bring in if it's always in the meta, then you could just bring in like a buff cancel, get rid of the shield, one-shotter, and then one-shotter again or something. I feel like with modern characters, it actually wouldn't be that bad countering it. But then again, Bon is also not what he used to be. Like, the meta has also progressed to the point where Bon is not as big of a threat anymore. So maybe it would be the same scenario as with the Goddess Liz meta, where you could just one-shot him anyway. Like, even though he's going to have a lot of health, you could probably still beat him up pretty easily with the characters we have now. So, not too sure. Change for Season 2. It's more clean, but I just don't like it as much as the first one. Okay, fair enough. Sometimes they don't always make changes that everybody likes. It's understandable. What can I say? I'm a booba type of guy. Hey, man. Me too, brother. Probably had to cut some things for the new JJK episode since people are walking about. Oh, interesting. Yeah, maybe. Have you ever tried character AI? I don't guess so. Not really sure. I respect you then, Tony. Gotcha. He is being based, I guess. Go not on the Fortnite. Dude, he is. He messaged me today. He said he did not like this week's Fortnite update. Did not like the planes. Not a big fan. I thought that they were fun today, but then again, it could get boring or could get annoying later on. But I thought that the planes were kind of fun. Bond is way worse nowadays. He do be quite mid. Yeah, he's definitely gone down a bit. He's definitely not as good as he was, for sure. I mean, every character kind of falls off eventually, but when you have a character like that who came out in year 2, it's kind of hard to compete with that. Like, I mean, I see him in, well, I don't necessarily see him. I see the Reinhard more in Chaos PvP, but I don't know. He's definitely fallen pretty far. Demon Rimuru returns to meta if Goddess Liz becomes meta again. That's actually a good point. Just insta delete the shield, unless you're using like a team that puts on like a lot of buffs, I guess. Who was your favorite and most hated meta? Ugh. I actually really liked the Margaret meta. I don't know that it was necessarily my favorite. Because I'm a YouTube guy and I have to like make a whole bunch of videos with a lot of different characters and stuff like that for festivals and stuff when they come out. I feel like I get burnt out on some of the meta stuff pretty easily, and I end up swapping around to different teams. But I actually really did like the old school like Margaret, Droll, and Gother meta. I thought that one was really fun. I don't know why. I just really enjoyed it, I guess. But worst meta for me was probably Purgatory Bond. It lasted so long. It was so annoying. He had so much health. It was terrible. For me, at least. Not a fan of that one. Demon King meta was also pretty rough for a little while. It's just hard to run. You basically have to run high DPS units. If you run anything that's going to take longer than 2 turns, you literally can't win. Food Wars. I actually like Food Wars. I mean, I know that show is a little risque. It shows it's a little bit more like, I don't know, maybe non-family friendly. I wouldn't call it like a, you know, an anime or anything like that, but it's I liked that show. I like Food Wars. It's pretty cool. Anyone else miss when Simp just meant squirrels in my pants from Phineas and Ferb? It's funny you say that. A friend of mine actually mentions that from time to time. That is funny. One has to disappear and one stays. All of Call of Duty or all of Halo? I'll be honest, I have so little interest in Call of Duty right now. Like, I want to like Call of Duty, but they literally just cannot seem to make what people want anymore. I would love to get the new game, but there's no way in hell I'm paying $70 for it, and like everybody's hating on it and everything like that. I played Halo growing up and really enjoyed Halo. I tried to play the new season of Halo Infinite. I don't think without friends that I can really get into it enough to really continue playing it, but I thought it was pretty fun. Halo Master Chief Collection was also really cool. Really enjoyed Halo 3 back in the day. Halo Reach was really good. I think I would rather see Halo succeed, probably, considering that Call of Duty now is just remaking the same game that came out 10 years ago every single year, which is really boring. But I don't know. Like, I like Call of Duty. It's not like the greatest thing to ever happen, of course, but it's enjoyable as just like a little arcade shooter to mess around with. Like, I just like unlocking skins and camos and stuff like that. But yeah, modern Call of Duty, not so good right now. So if we're basing it off that alone, Halo takes the cake. Halo and Gears of War is my favorite game trilogies, to be honest. Yeah, honestly, Gears of War 3 is kind of like the last good Gears of War to me. Anything after that, and it's not nearly as good. But, man, Gears 2, Gears 3, multiplayer, very, very good. I kind of wish that they would, Gears 5 came out, and I tried to play it a little bit, and it just wasn't the same. Which, you know, some of those older games, like, you think they're really good, and then they come out with a new one, and you're a little bit let down. But I think it's kind of like either nostalgia kind of playing into it, or, you know, just games in general have changed nowadays, and they just don't play like they used to. So going back to an old format of some games just doesn't really work anymore. But I did really like old school Gears. I really liked old school Halo. But I think that might be one of the reasons why I can't really play Halo Infinite. It's just I'm not as into the Halo sort of play style anymore. But still really cool games. Still have a lot of love for those games. Lost interest in Call of Duty after Modern Warfare 2019. See, I bought Call of Duty 2019, and I thought it was really good. I really enjoyed that they kind of changed up the formula a little bit. The time to kill was a lot lower. It was pretty cool. It was awesome, actually. I really enjoyed Modern Warfare 2019. Black Ops Cold War came out, and a buddy of mine convinced me to buy it. We played it for like maybe 1 or 2 prestiges, and then it kind of fell off. I just didn't really care for it too much after that, and then they announced Vanguard, and it came out. I just absolutely told myself that I'm 100% not buying that game. Didn't care about it at all. So I haven't bought one since Black Ops Cold War. I skipped Modern Warfare 2. I skipped Modern Warfare 3. I mean, I'd like to play Modern Warfare 3, like I said, but like unless it was like in Game Pass or something where I could play it for like a couple of dollars or something like that each month, it's not worth the money. It's really not. Those games they're cool and all, but the value that you're getting from the game is just not worth a $70 price tag, to me at least. Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat. I kind of grew up playing Mortal Kombat. I never really played too much Street Fighter, so I can't really say too much about it. I know Street Fighter's very, very popular, of course, but then again, all of the like core fighting games have their like very, you know, popular fan bases and everything. But I've always played Mortal Kombat, so I'd have to lean more towards that one. Tried Gears 2 multiplayer. God, it's so clunky. Oh, I bet so. Dude, I think it was either Gears of War 2 or Gears of War 3 that you could... It might have even been Gears of 1. You could just bring the Gnasher in and just saw people in half. Just absolutely destroy people with the Gnasher in that game. The shotgun is so insane. So strong. Elder Scrolls games or the Fallout games. I really love both of them. I'm a big Bethesda fan. I think I like Fallout more. Post-apocalyptic is like a really cool concept to me. Although, you know, Elder Scrolls is very, very cool too, with like the magic and stuff like that. I really think that Skyrim, as popular as it is probably one of those overrated games of all time. Like, it's good, don't get me wrong, but like that game is so popular. Everyone and their brother played Skyrim, but I think it's one of those things where people who grew up with Morrowind always say that Morrowind is the best. I grew up with Oblivion, so I think Oblivion is the best. A lot of people got into the series with Skyrim, so they probably think Skyrim is the best. But I like Fallout. I like Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas. Both of those are fantastic games. Didn't like Fallout 4 as much. As soon as they got rid of the karma system in Fallout 4, like as soon as I figured out it wasn't in the game, like that kind of lowered things for me quite a bit for Fallout 4. But overall, it's not bad, but just definitely not as good as Fallout 3 and New Vegas. For me, it'd be Digimon. I just don't care much about Pokemon anymore. Plus, my name in Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross in the JP name of a character from Digimon Cyber Sleuth. For some reason, Mirai isn't allowed. Huh, that's very interesting. Could be something weird with like the characters or something. Who knows? Digimon's pretty cool. I remember watching a little bit of Digimon growing up. Never really got like super into it or anything. My brother's really into like different kinds of card games and stuff like that, and he's I think he's got some Digimon cards or something like that more recently. But it's kind of surprising that Digimon's still going. I basically never hear anything about Digimon anymore. But yeah, Pokemon is just like, God, Pokemon is insanely popular. It's so big. Like, isn't Pokemon like the biggest biggest franchise of all time. Like, isn't it like the highest grossing or something like that? I don't know exactly what I'm trying to say, but it's like way big. Never play COD games in my life. You're probably better off. Nasher is the best multiplayer weapon of all time. So damn fun. Dude, Nasher's crazy. It literally just chops somebody in half. You just shoot them up close, boom, they're gone. They're dead, so it's nuts. One of the funnest multiplayer experiences was back when Gears 2 or 3 came out. So much fun. 70s anime or 70s manga. I have the entire manga. I've never read through the whole thing, so I think I like the anime more just because I watch it. But then again, the anime dropped off pretty hard. I, myself, am actually not that big of a Seven Deadly Sins fan. After, like, Season 2, the show kind of dropped off pretty hard for me. So, is what it is. Hello, Aussie. Here, you can look at Zippy really quick. Actually, is it this one? Is it this one? There he is. He's sleeping in the back. There he is. He's chilling. He's being chilling. What a nice boy. What a great dude. What a great dog. Spoof Pokemon Go. It was fun. Now boring. I think Konado was saying something about spoofing it, but he got like a warning on his account because they caught on to him. Yeah. Pokemon Go was really fun for a while, but yeah, I feel like because there's so many like regional exclusives and stuff like that, it kind of gets it kind of does get boring after a while. Mario's bigger, I'd say, franchise-wise, that is. Really? I think Pokemon might... Like, I think statistically, like, looking at the numbers and everything, I think Pokemon might actually be, like, the biggest franchise out there. I think. Not 100% positive on that, but I'm pretty sure. Mind control? True. She do be mind controlling. I liked Oblivion more, but both were on Xbox 360, to be honest. Long major lag freezes, bugs, etc. You name it. That's Bethesda. That is Bethesda. That is 100% or 100% Bethesda. That is... they call it the Bethesda charm. It is a little frustrating to see that they can't seem to make a modern game without having tons of bugs. Like, I really wanted to love Starfield. I think Starfield is okay. It's not as good as I was maybe hoping it would be, but... I think I just have a lot of nostalgia for Oblivion and Fallout 3 to the point where I was maybe expecting a little bit too much out of Starfield, but it's not bad, but not maybe what I was wanting. South Park or Family Guy? Tough call. I think South Park is probably funnier. Family Guy's pretty good, but it gets a little I don't know, it gets a little boring. Family Guy is they're both pretty over the top, I guess, but I don't know, maybe South Park's better. Which is weird, because I think I've probably watched more Family Guy than South Park, but Family Guy's just really, really popular to the point where it's on more often, maybe. Sleeping by that door? True. The door. Damn, he's snoozing. Big snoozing. Gotta get these hooligans off the screen. Timing of you showing your dog and me finding this GIF is hilarious. Oh god. Let me see. Did you send it to me? Courage the Cowardly Dog is awesome. We were just talking about that the other day, actually. Just got robbed? What happened? What happened, Ryan? How'd you get robbed, man? I gotta hear this. This'll be good. Where does that door lead? Have you ever crawled in there? I can't say. The stream wants to know so bad, but I just can't say. I'm just not allowed to divulge that information. My Yu-Gi-Oh! Blue Eyes deck almost done? Nice, 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 nice. Blue Eyes deck goes crazy. Every stream the door comes up. I know, people want to know about the door. It's funny. Door from Caroline? That's what somebody else said. That is what somebody else said. It do kind of be looking like the door from Coraline. Need a door emote? Dang, that's true. We should make a door emote, actually. Which I put up a poll for members to see about what the next emote should be. Let me see if I can find it really quickly. I've got a couple of different ones that I was thinking about adding. Let's see here. Posts. I think it's... No, it's not this one. It's this one. I was asking if... which of these 4 emotes. So far, it seems like Simp is winning. Sip is pretty good. I was going to go for some more, like, regular kind of emotes, but people seem to really want Simp so far. Tiny door tour, I'll give you a crisp 10. Nope, sorry. Can't go in the door. Door is off limits. Door is not happening. Dang, you swapping accounts in the middle of the stream? You can't do that. Harry Potter's door. Streaming like next week on like Thanksgiving or break. I mean, I don't think I have. Depends on what days like things are, because I know that is Thanksgiving on Thursday, I think. I mean, depending on like, I mean, I assume we're gonna have like a get together and everything like that with family, but depending on what's going on after that, maybe. I mean, I'll still probably try to stream Monday through Thursday, but I guess it just depends on how busy Thursday gets. Just look at me in the eye. Too bad you don't play Fire Emblem Heroes, because it got Gatekeeper, would be perfect with the door. I really like Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem is one of my favorite like Nintendo franchises, but yeah, I think I tried to download Fire Emblem Heroes when it came out, but I hear a lot of people complain about the gacha system in that game now. I don't know exactly how it is, but I don't think that people are super big fans of it. Let's throw Jormungand in the back. And then we can use level 90 Fest King. The man, the myth, the legend. Door leads to the back rooms. True. Remember that one game that came out and it was horrible? So many bugs. Which game? You think I'm a member if I wouldn't get ads? Not gonna lie. Lame YouTube. Oh, you had to swap to that account so you don't have ads. That's so funny. Wanted to send my member emote. Oh, gotcha. I see. Oh, we should be meeting Freyr soon, I think. I think Freyr's the next thing that gets shown, character-wise. Can you show Freya up close, please? What an odd request. I probably... Yeah, I can, I guess. Ah, we don't kill? Rip. Tear fell off again. Dogen is a man of culture. Try Legends again. I haven't played Legends in quite a while. I don't think I could like actually get into it. It would be okay to like download it for like every once in a while. I'll download it if there's a like a Legends festival or something like that going on, whatever they call them. Like most of the time, I think it's anniversaries and stuff. But I haven't downloaded the game in quite a while. It's been like maybe a year or two. But I do like Legends. Legends is cool. But just not really sure I could get back into it. Door leads to Nalyd's secret gaming room. This is the office. This is the gaming office. There's no need for a gaming room. This is the gaming room. They must add a Christmas Freya. God. See, that's the thing. They're gonna end up milking Freya to death. They're gonna end up making her too like they're gonna make too many Freyas. How they make like too many other characters. Damn. Let's give the king the win here. He deserves it. Milking Freya. Yeah, well, I don't mean it like that, but that's what comes to mind. And God, it's just I'm making it worse. I'm shutting up now. Stopped playing Dragon Ball Legends long ago. That was one of the games that I started with. I do like Legends. Legends is a cool game. I like it way more than Dokkan. I tried to play Dokkan, not my thing. But yeah, for the most part, I like Legends the most because it's like a 3D game. But there you go. That's her. Freya and Milk. Sheesh. True. But yeah, Legends is cool. I haven't played. I think the last character that I really wanted to get on there and summon for was Rosé. And I think it was... what was that, like two, maybe 3 years ago at this point? I remember it came out during Thanksgiving one year, if I'm not mistaken. Or like right before Thanksgiving, maybe? I can't remember exactly, but it was a couple of years ago at this point. Rosé was really cool though, so I wanted it. My woman, hello. Them things thangin'? True. Nose bleeding. You're welcome. Still mad that Freya's relic is Nidhogg only. The goddess part should have worked in all game modes. Dude, honestly, true. That would have been a really good way for them to boost the goddess team. I know now they're having to backtrack and make LR goddess units and new Elats and stuff. And they could have just made her work for both teams, and it would have been fine. But they won't do it. They're cowards. My Legends account looks good, but compared to the whales, it's nothing. Dude, whales are crazy on that game. As soon as they made it to where like Zenkais and stuff were a thing, and what is it? They have like the Ultra characters and stuff now. Like that is, it's just too much. Good night, Dylan. Good night, Aussie. Thank you for stopping by and chatting. Which stream's almost over anyway, but thank you for hanging out. You get to see Zippy. Here, one last Zippy for you. Oh, wrong one. There you go. That him. Good night. Have Ultra Rosé sick. I don't know much about the Ultras. I know that they have really low drop rates and stuff like that, but Rosé is pretty cool in general. Freyr. They literally let me use this team and then let me not use the team, and now I gotta swap back to the team. Garesh and Ryuden, Diddy Sauce, like ain't got a life. I mean, yeah, but I think it would be the same thing with like this game and Nagato, for example. Like, I mean, Nagato makes enough money to like just wail on this game and some. So it's just, I think it's more of the fact that he can, kind of thing. Plus, you know, when you make content on a game, you're basically going to be guaranteed to be spending a decent amount of money on it, I guess. Full Power Broly is when I quit Legends. I don't remember. Maybe I wasn't playing around that time. Tell Zippy I said goodnight and give him a little kiss. I will. I'm pretty sure he'll end up waking up before I go to bed. He'll probably want to go outside, so I will tuck him in for you. Who can blame Netmarble for milking Freya? God, I'm not... too much. Too much. Legends way more than Grand Cross. Legends for Ultras ain't got no pity system. That is true. Legends do have some low rates when it comes to like Ultras and Legends Limiteds and stuff. Like, I mean... I guess it's kind of like pros and cons kind of thing, because Legends has like, what, 7% rates on normal characters, whereas this game has 3% rates on normal characters? Or like normal banners, sorry, not characters. But, yeah, there's some pros and cons there, I guess. The rates in Legends for like the really exclusive characters are low, but they're actually kind of the same for like whenever you have like a regular banner versus a festival banner for Grand Cross. Like, obviously the pity is a little bit further away, but the rates to pull the characters most of the time are around the same. Like, some regular banners are like 0.5% chance, and then some of the festivals are 0.25, of course, but what a woman. Yeah, I don't know. The rates are probably the biggest difference to me in that game. How dare you kill Freya? She's still alive. She's chilling. Look, she's still here. I did like the Broly and Chi-Lai units in Legends. It was neat. Broly grabs the foe like Chi-Lai steals the Dragon Ball from their pocket. I think I do remember that character, actually. I did think that was really cool. Just having like dual units and stuff like that. I really wish that this game would do more dual units, because they're actually really cool. Like, Hawk and Oslo is one of my favorite characters as like a unit in the game. But they just, I don't know. Maybe they'll eventually get into the point where they want to do dual units for like regular characters and stuff. But I don't know. Like, even like, I think that's one of the reasons why I like OG Fest King too, is because he is sitting on the shoulder of the big the big bear, which I think is really, really neat. So, what's going on, Roman? What's going on, camels? Camels equals W. What a name. What a camel guy. What a camel lover. Ellie Hawk and Hawkslow. Yeah, those are basically the only two we have. Very sad. What a pull. I'm telling you, we cannot pull new characters on this banner. The fact that we got Red Saria was the biggest win of all time. What is this game? Hope Freyr can have his illness cured. That would be kind of cool. Would be character progression. Was that the end of Chapter 5 by chance? No. Okay, I don't think there's side quests for this one. Let's go ahead and finish Chapter 5. It is already 12 o'clock for me, but we'll just finish it since we got 2 more things to do. If we ever get the giant twins, they might be a duo as well, because really can't have one without the other. It would be interesting if there was like a mechanic where once, like if you, instead of it, kind of like a revive, where if it was like you fight Gyalga and then you kill her, and then once you kill her, Greeb comes out in her place, so you have to kill the giants twice. Like you could make them like maybe a little bit weaker than a normal character, so that way because you have to take down 2 health bars, it could be a little bit more interesting, but that could be like an interesting, like make it like a tag team kind of unit, where when one of them dies, the other one hops in. That could be kind of cool. I don't know. There's a lot of like interesting things that you could probably do with some of the characters in this game, but I think they try to stick to like a normal kind of formula, I guess, which is a bit unfortunate because there could be some cool like innovations in the gacha game character scene. Illness cured Freyr be the next Ragnarok festival. God, maybe. All right, so this is not the end of the chapter. No, it was. Okay. So we start chapter 6 now. 30 diamonds. Dude, we're so close. We're basically ready for the festival when that comes out. That's nice. We're chilling. We're grinding diamonds. Easy peasy. It's going to be a lot harder for us to get to the 900 for the end of the year banner. But then again, honestly, I mean, with Black Clover coming out on the 30th, depending on how or what the November festival ends up being, we could maybe skip the November festival and wait for the end of year, like the New Year's festival. So that way we have the gyms and stuff for it. But then again, I mean, we still have a pretty decent ways to go as far as like story content and stuff. So maybe we don't have to really worry about it that much. But I know that like the gyms that we're getting are going to slow down quite a bit between now and then if we keep grinding out the story and stuff. So not too sure. They lost their imagination. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Not with whaling. I'm free to play whaling. It's different. It's different. How many gems should I try to get for the festival? I mean, just being able to guarantee the character is probably the best thing you can do. So just having 900 ready. I guess if you want to buy costumes and stuff like that for the character after the 2 weeks when they're available for gyms would be nice too, but just depends on how much you're going to get use out of the character. Depends on who it is and what they're good for. He's just tired. He's not sick. Come on. He's just sleepy. Freyr's just had a hard day at work. Come on, Grimnir. Just give me the gem, dog. Please. Thank you. Thank you for the gem. Alright. I think we're chilling. I think we're good. Balder when I wonder and what would his passive be, since the story has one has Green Esterosa passive just with a different name. Oh, really? I didn't even notice that. It's kind of cool, though. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're planning on doing with Balder, but he's probably going to be a really interesting character when he comes out. Can I see your box? I guess. We're almost at 1 million. Actually, maybe... Would it be better? Should we just start investing into Bond? Like, I mean, Death Pierce is not really good. Maybe we just start leveling up Bond. And I can give him the, I can start Super Awakening him and everything for my backline unit. I think we should. Nice. How many Super Awakening coins do we even have? 21. Okay, it's not too bad. The first Counter-Strike since Terry, I think. Terry was pretty cool, actually. I fought Terry the other day in Chaos PvP, and it was actually really, really nostalgic, I guess. He's not good. He's pretty bad, actually. But it is what it is. Iku. No. It's gonna just throw a whole bunch of coins in? It is. It's not worth wasting all those. 3 stars it is for now. Actually, let's, it's fine. We'll call it here. I'm done. I will see you guys on Monday for the stream. We will probably be on the main account summoning for Elat and maybe messing around with the new game mode a little bit. We'll just have to wait and see. But, yeah, I won't have Margaret for 2 weeks after the Hero Arena starts. So we can maybe test out Elat without LR Margaret, see how that goes, see if it's actually worth getting. And then maybe mess with the game mode a little bit. That could be kind of fun. So, summon for Elat in the free-to-play account. True. Worth it 100%. We summon for her, and then Mael has to be on the November Fest. We just dump everything for Mael. True. What kind of latte do you want? An E-latte. No, 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 no. Bad joke. Don't do that. Good night, Rengoku. Alright. I'm outie. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Challenger on free-to-play account? No, definitely not. I will talk to you guys on Monday. I should have videos and stuff like that, of course, throughout the weekend. So hopefully you guys have a great weekend. I will see you guys later on.